No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a mirage. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not fake news. We are actually here.
Yep.
It is episode 55 of Prep Talk Live. It feels like it's been forever. But
55, nice.
I know. We're like officially like, whether you go by actual days since our first episode or whether you go now by weeks of episodes or whatever, we've been doing this for more than a year. Like we're on our way to 100,000 episodes.
I think like Breaking Bad had less than 55 episodes, I think. And that's like, it's one of the greatest series of all time. So we're like at the Breaking Bad kind of level, I think. So
you know what I love about that is we totally need to make little like
Prepping Bad,
like little social media things of like we're better than Breaking Bad.
Yes.
We're better than
five episodes better than Breaking Bad.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. For everyone who's forgotten about who I was in the last couple of weeks, joining me as always is Tup, the Urban Prepper. Tup, what is going on? How are you? How are things in your world?
So doing, above ground. So doing good.
The threshold is really low at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been it's been crazy times, busy doing a lot of stuff, a lot of family stuff. We were just talking when we were doing wardrobe and makeup before going live, and having to do some stuff over back in the city again, which would be nice to do. And so I'm having to revise some EDC type stuff and make a couple little modifications, and just re-looking at my EDC backpack and my office evacuation kit and everything, and just making getting fresh Cliff Bars in those and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have it has been an interesting couple of weeks for us. Tup has been talking about the kind of the back to work plan that he's going on. So we've been talking about schedules and coordinating that. We've had some big family celebratory things that are going on that are happening this weekend that have kind of taken up a ton of time. And then at the same time, my work got really busy, which was an interesting confluence of events there. So I was like, okay, we need to do a stream. How much caffeine can I imbibe 45 minutes before we do this thing so I look like a human being? But yeah, so
I'm double fisting on the caffeine for this stream. So I got my coffee and my
that is key. So I appreciate everybody who saw us post that we were going to have an episode last week a couple of times and then didn't. I also posted that I was going to do a stream earlier or last week or something. That didn't happen. So all of those things will happen. This stream is obviously happening now.
Has it been 2 weeks? Okay, that's right. Yeah, because I think I was like, okay, Friday stream's happening. And they're like, oh, okay, no, we're not doing it. So
yeah, exactly. We ended up having a thing that came up, and it was like, okay, so we can't do it. Then you can't. It was a whole. But you know what? We will always return. It may not be on schedule, but we will always be back for many, many fun prepping things.
We're the like the STD of the preparedness community. We just keep coming back. Sorry. Can we cut that? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? We'll edit it in post.
Edit that in post.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm already getting like everyone. Yeah, I totally ghosted us. That is true. I apologize. But yeah, there was so much going on this last couple of weeks, and there will be through the end of the weekend. That I had to tap out a little bit and just be like, all right, everything that is either bringing in money or that my family will never forgive me if I don't attend has to happen first, and then sadly the stream had to get pushed. But we will have more streams. I actually have a thing. I'm not sure if we're going to talk about it today or if we're going to talk about it in the next episode. But we had a bit of a medical. It's kind of like medical preps that people don't think about. And so we had a little bit of a situation over the weekend. I did some Amazon raid shopping to acquire all of the things that need to go in our emergency kits now.
So I heard. Hold on. Sons Jace just walked in. Okay. So.
Oh my god.
Let me get my coffee.
Oh, hold on. Formal sweatshirt. All right. Yep. Brush off. Okay. All right.
Get it
Okay.
together. Let's get it. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Is this where we get the smelly potpourri? Yes, yes. It is the smelliest of all the potpourris. You might call it the pooperies, but that would be a poop joke, and we are.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, yeah. The first time it wasn't.
No, it wasn't me. It was a little corny though. It was a little corny. No, sorry.
Yeah. So welcome in everybody. We like all of the usual suspects are here. Pig's Fly's here. Chuck's here. Pony Girl is here. Just looking at the comments of Sutton's Days is we have to welcome the Queen with her appropriate fanfare. And no Sutton's Days, we have not forgotten about the stream setup we're going to do with you, with the whole like prepping, judging thing. Like that has not gone away just because we do not have teams to get this stuff done. Don't think we've forgotten about you. That's happening.
Yeah, when Sutton's Days was on, she kept us in line. Like if we started to veer off course, she's like, "No, that's dumb. You guys get back here."
Yeah, exactly.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, she was there, and yes, Sutton's Days. I did also get the cheap meat sweatshirt design, t-shirt design. So I have that now. We'll make that. I think we're going to come out with an Only Preps line of designs.
Yeah.
The Rooster Booster, I've got that one now. The cheap meat, we have all of those. Don't doubt us, Sutton's Days. Don't doubt us. Just because
we're no stranger to sarcasm.
Yeah, exactly. We've 55 episodes out of about 100 and something weeks. So we are.
I've been finding cheap meat around town, even though everything's more expensive. But over at Whole Foods, is it like this at your Whole Foods where on Tuesday, like the ground beef is, maybe it's not Sutton's Days cheap, but it's cheap for for us.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not Sutton's
It's like
Days
half price. Cheap. It's half price on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So one thing I found during the whole pandemic time was that our Whole Foods actually managed prices pretty well and meat supply pretty well compared to the big box grocery stores around us. And from what I understand from talking to them, a lot of it had to do with that they tend to source most of their meat more locally if they can. So they have a better supply chain there. But yeah, every Tuesday they change their deals. And then if you're a Prime member, you get an additional 10% off of the sale prices. So we enjoy that. And then if you have the Prime Visa card, you get an extra 5% off of the Whole Foods, off of all of your Whole Foods shopping. So I like
our ground beef is like it's everything's expensive now, but like the ground beef is like the price of what it used to be like 3 years ago, I guess. So, it's like they do like a half thing for Prime members, I think. So, and I have been seeing some yellow tag chicken, some of that ugly chicken at some places. And every time I see the yellow tag, I always think of Sutton's Days on that. So.
Yeah, it's I want to say for us it's like $4.99 or something a pound for ground beef or something, and then it's usually 10% off of that or whatever.
Yeah, so. If you go to Whole Foods for us, if you go to Whole Foods on Tuesday only, it's $3.99 a pound, and goodness. So we'll usually get a few pounds of it, and
Sutton's Days is like $3.99. It's 39 cents a pound where I live.
She has her own cows that she's butchering.
I actually have a friend who left the city and moved east, and has his own farm now. Yeah. And he started raising cows. He's going to be in town this weekend for said family celebration. And so one of the things I have to ask him is like, okay, if we were going to do a cow, how would that work? Especially because we'd have to transport it, and what were like the actual costs at the end of
so the year for him. You want the whole cow?
Well, I don't know. It's a tricky thing because we are like ground beef is great. Like we do that all the time. We don't do a lot of roasts. We do a lot of steaks. And so that's kind of been the trade-off of, or what's held us back from doing a cow is, the ground beef would be great and the steaks would be good, but we don't do a lot of like pot roast, those sorts of things. So trying to kind of figure out where that would land for us is always tricky. How about you guys?
My brother-in-law, he every year he gets like a half a cow and has a freeze. He has some freezer space for half a cow, and then that's what they eat that the whole for the year for their beef. Sometimes we get some of those freezer packs at some butchers and stuff, but oftentimes we're just doing everything last minute and picking up what we need for the week. So
Sutton's Days is $3.50 a pound. So I don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad. I was thinking roast rocks. Yeah, we've done like pork roast and stuff for like pulled pork and carnitas and stuff like that. But the beef roast is just not something we have tackled well yet. I don't know. Maybe if we're just a steak family.
We like we'll do like beef stroganoff, and we'll do different roasts and stuff. We like all that kind of stuff. Lately we've killed. I almost like killed. We ate all of our canned beets. I had a beet craving for the past week, and so now we have to redo. We have to do some more beets and can it with the all-American canner. So that's going to be maybe we'll do that this weekend.
That is fantastic. You were talking about your beats on the last couple episodes.
Beats, but not Beats by Dre, but Beats.
No.
Beats by Tub.
Jones talking about ugly pork.
Yeah, I have some ugly pork.
Yeah. So many things.
I have it for because I cook some Puerto Rican cuisine, and pork is usually a key ingredient for. So I have some ugly pork and ready to go for that. So.
Yeah. Sunday says she gets her beef from a quarter mile down the road. It's very convenient. Super convenient.
She steals it from
the best part is like she wants us to believe it's an actual cow. It's not. She has a Whole Foods. It's just a quarter mile from her house, and that's where she goes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's it's one of those fancy grocery stores or something. So when I saw Chuck up here mention
the beef is out of budget, I saw in the
So and Jace Chuck said that he broke down and bought the Jace Kit of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Jace Kit?
They've written me a few times, and they wanted me to do a review of it. I haven't purchased it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm a little behind. I have we have a decent amount of antibiotics, but not the fish kind either. I've heard nothing but good things about the Jace Kit. So I think if you can get it, you should definitely do it. So I've always hesitant, like when a company call, hey, I want to send you this. Can you do a review? Because I want to feel like for integrity purposes. I bought this with my own money, and here's the review of it, and I want to give this review. So sometimes I'm conflicted on some when they send it for free. Oftentimes,
I feel that same way. I am very because I don't get approached like you do because you have millions of followers and my dozens are different. But I got hit up by Jace, and so on the Monday stream, I'm gonna do kind of an unboxing thing because I haven't spent a lot of time with it. But I feel like there are things I get approached about stuff all the time, and I turn it down because I'm just not interested in it. The Jace thing was interesting, and the Mira mask is another one that I've got to do because those were things that I was looking at and wanting to get myself, and so the fact that they were willing to send it to me and I didn't have to pay for it, I thought was just a lovely little benefit. But I've told everybody I still do honest reviews because I don't want to be conflicted. And I think if anybody has watched the reviews that I've gotten done previously, I don't necessarily hold back if I think something is garbage. But
I usually I don't even want to do a review if it's like a negative review because I don't want to impact some person's company or whatever. But Mira, I've been getting a lot of Mira advertisements on almost every single device that I have. So lately, so they must be doing well. Yeah,
I saw Mother Prepper do it. They did like a TikTok, and then they put it on their TikTok or Instagram or something, and I was like, "Holy cow!"
I get about once a week someone writes us. They say I'm shilling for Mira because there's a clip of one of the videos I did like 5 years ago or something.
They like took you did the thing, and then I was like, because when Mira approached me, I was like, and granted, like they were like, "Hey, would you do a review if we sent you a mask?" And I was like, "I would love to have a mask because I would love to have a mask. So sure, I'll make a video. But your was on it, and I thought that you were like partnered, like brand affiliate, like whatever. And you were like, oh yeah, no, I just talked to him, but like I don't actually like I have no benefit from it. I was like, Tough, we have to talk about this YouTube business model that you have going on.
I'm not I'm not good. I take year-long breaks, I guess, and I don't I don't know. I'm not meant for the business side of it. I like the creative aspect of it and the community aspect, and I'm more about that.
That's all right. The dozens of cents that we get from the ad revenue, it just makes it's what keeps us all afloat at this point. So the Jace Kit, I'll do a thing about that. Because I got it and then I put it aside for a while, so I need to do that.
So there was another like a medical thing happened, or you're saying?
Yeah. So we over the weekend, my son started getting these weird bruises, and we weren't really sure what was going on. We thought he was growing, but then they kind of showed up all over the place. And luckily, we have a very good relationship with our pediatrician. So we sent the pediatrician pictures, and we were like, is this something we should be worried about? And she was like, yes, come in and see us right now. So we went in and got some blood work done. And apparently his platelet count had dropped. Like normally it's supposed to be like 160 to 200 or something like that. And it was like 8. And so it was like, okay, well, okay. By Sunday.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. So it showed up as really weird. We went in, it turns out it's actually not an uncommon thing, especially in kids, where you might get a cold or something and your immune system kind of turns on its own platelets for a little while. And so if it doesn't get better, then they give you some medication and it gets better in a couple of months. But it was really kind of concerning for those few days before we could go see the specialist, because like they were like, he might have uncontrolled internal bleeding. He might just like, if he gets a bloody nose, take him to the emergency room. Like we're like, oh my goodness. So I went and bought everything that was blood control, clotting control, everything off of Amazon. And it all landed this month. So we're going to kind of, luckily it's getting better and he's not going to need medication and he's kind of bouncing back on his own, which is great. But now that we know that it can happen and we know what to look for, I'm going to add all of these kind of super clotting or coagulation type things into the kit. So there's spray that you can put on, there's nosebleed packs, there's powders. When I say I bought everything I could find, but yeah, so now it'll just go in the packs, because also if we're out with somebody, and somebody else has that issue or a similar issue or whatever, having that around is probably a really good thing.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do the same thing. So yeah. It's hard when I don't know if you had to, when you took your kid to the pediatrician, because like if there's bruising and stuff, usually they're like, hey, they think it's like maybe they have to ask them about like an abuse type thing. So I don't know. We had that. What my son got a concussion years back, and then they're asked, hey, do you feel safe at home? And he's like, oh, no. And we're like, they're gonna. But we have to play. My wife and I were playing it cool during the time, and well, what do you mean? Are you? So that's always tricky.
Yeah,
on this, but
that's like when my daughter told her she was in preschool, and she told the teacher that her mother and I had bit her on the ankle. Well, there was no what didn't happen. Like there was no she was just making up this story. And luckily we knew the preschool, we knew the teachers and everything. And so they called us and they were like, all right, so we have to ask, do you bite your children?
Yeah.
We were like, well, we haven't yet, but maybe we should think about that at this point. So it is, and they asked the questions, okay, is everything fine? And again, luckily we have a really good relationship with our pediatrician and she knows our family. And so she was like, we have to ask, but we assume that this is not the case, and the bruising in general was not in a pattern that would have connected
no
to
alarm
that.
bells
So,
for it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, they take both parents aside. Luckily, they didn't necessarily do that for us. And in reality, like, as parents who love their children and know that there are children who are not in that situation, like, I am all for,
Yeah, you
hey,
want them
if
to
you
do
think
that. Yeah.
something is fishy, like, ask the questions. But luckily, like, we don't do that to our children, so it was a pretty easy thing. But it was good to to see that there are people who are looking out for other kids and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. Okay, so Pony Girl.
I need someone.
Need to repair. Okay, I think I missed the first part of that. Pony Girl.
It looks like people are making deals in the chat room.
Oh, they're
It's
making
like
deals. Oh my
Fed
goodness.
Up American, and there's like deals going on as far as I.
There's deals happening.
I'll give you a bid for plumbing work, and yeah. So there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
This is kind of like the place that things happen, like deals get made.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Craigslist of prepping. Is and really what
we provide entertainment as there's that interaction. That's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I still want to do my prepper garage sale because I have some stuff I got to clear out and make room for other things. So
I would like to go to your prepping garage sale. Actually, yeah. I'll just take everything.
Should I just be dressed up I should be dressed up in camouflage and go stereotypical prepper, like go full prepper on it.
No, what's great is I'll just go to your prepper. I'll just take the stuff from your prepping garage sale, and you don't have to have it. And then I'm just gonna put it up on eBay.
Okay.
As like official TUP used
stolen from
supplies. Exactly. Yes, this is the official TUP Porta Johns. These are the official TUP. Yeah. Food cans. These are official TUP, Mrs. TUP pepper jellies, like all that sort of
all
stuff.
I got to clear some stuff. I was telling my wife, I'm like, I think we need to get rid of like 30% of our stuff because there's like to help with some organization type stuff. But yeah, the prepper garage sale I think would be. I think it'd be fun. So.
Yeah, don't mention that.
I'll just be I'll be in a gas mask and I'll be in camo and everything's like barter. We encourage bartering at the prepper garage. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, my wife would love it if I got rid of a third of the stuff in our garage right now. Yeah. And we have the like constant like, okay, can you purge this? I don't think we can purge this, but do you really need it? But maybe we do. Yeah. That happens quite frequently at our house. So
yeah, I'm more willing to just toss stuff if it hasn't been used for a couple of years type thing. But my wife wants to hang on to some of those kind of things. So.
Well, what about the hazmat suits? Like the hazmat
Yeah,
suits,
no, those have to stay. Those have to stay.
Okay, because those haven't been used in a couple.
But there's stuff like I don't know, like we bought a food dehydrator and years. My wife said, I want to dehydrate food. Then we never used it, so it's just been sitting there. I'm like, well, let's put it on offer up. No, I'm gonna use it tomorrow. But I have some prep. I have like prepping gear. Like I gotta try to offload some flashlights and some backpacks and some other stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you can't have too many flashlights and backpacks until you have too many flashlights and backpacks.
Yeah, and I have a lot of like camping type things. Like I don't need that many. Like they're just sitting there, and I don't need like for tents or for. There's all sorts of random stuff. So
Chuck is wondering how many tents he would trade for like a cooking kit or something.
Yeah. I have a few different cooking kits. I don't like I'm backlogged on cooking kits. I already have a cooking module. I don't need these extra ones. So, but I don't know how. It depends on what size tent, I guess. So,
well, I mean that's fair. That's totally like. I mean, if it's a little tent and it's a fancy cooking kit, like that doesn't work out.
We all know the fair market value for some of this prepping gear stuff. So.
Yeah, Kaylin wants all your spare spices.
Yeah, no, we're not getting rid of spices. So.
I don't know if that's an inside joke. It seems like maybe there's something there.
Yeah, no. I don't spare spices. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spices they're not going to be in the prepper garage sale. But.
Yeah. David wants to know what prepped.
I have different radios. I have some ham radios. I have some electrical gear. Some power banks. I have too many power banks. I have some like battery jump kits. flashlights, some other stuff like that. So random stuff, emergency fishing kits and stuff. And it's just sitting there, and I'm tired of waiting for the apocalypse. I need to get rid of this stuff. So
I didn't move out this inventory. The apocalypse didn't show up on time.
I was waiting for it, and
the pocket fishing kits, though, that comes with like the orange Mylar blankets, and the orange whistle that all preppers get in their initial trip to the store.
Yeah, when I made my first like emergency kit, like I this was before like urban preparedness type, it was more popular, but I got a fishing net, I got like a fishing pole, and it was all in my bug out bag, and then now I took it out because it was there's nowhere to fish where I live, so it just seemed pointless. Like I'm closer to a Starbucks than I am to any kind of pond or something. So.
You just throw the hook in for like a blueberry muffin, or like
yeah. Exactly. But yeah, just random stuff. So boring looking at stuff you can't really use yet. I feel like there's a lot of that happens in the prepping world, though, because some of the stuff like you get for things that could happen that may not happen. Yeah. But like you have, like, that's the whole point, is to get the stuff in case you need it, but like you might not ever need it. Yeah. I think also, like with preparedness, there's the whole idea of redundancy, and it's some redundancy items too. So so like I'm not going to get rid of a key thing that I need. So but if I have redundancy to it,
the orange whistle is like one of the things we should look into is making like a prepping hall of fame.
Yeah, the orange whistle is that's
the orange whistle, the prepping hall of fame, the things that everybody gets and then immediately regrets getting.
Yeah, I regret my telescoping fishing line. That's emergency one for prepping kids.
Yeah, I think I have some flashlights and I'm like, okay, these I would never use these, and there's just random stuff that you get and you're like, oh, I totally am gonna need that, or aren't I clever for getting that thing now? And then you realize later on, like, actually, no, I didn't need that. I'm
trying to figure out. I have a bunch of marine flares, and I don't know what to do with them now because they're expired. And
you light them on fire is what you do with them.
But I don't want like I have the smoke ones, like they're orange smoke, and I don't want like.
Sounds like you're about to either have an amazing 4th of July.
That's a good idea. The 4th.
No. Yeah, exactly. Or the next time what did they call that zone in Seattle?
Chaz.
Yeah. When the Chaz.
Capitol Hill autonomous zone. Yeah.
Chaz. Yeah. You just have that for that. I think that would be super helpful. That'll be great.
Yeah. They had like the weakest garden ever. if like someone did that for the YouTube video, everyone would be clowning them because it was they lined that on just regular grass. They had the cardboard and put a little layer of dirt and was planted stuff. It was like, oh man.
Well, and also like
Sutton's Days would hate this garden.
Oh, Sutton's Days would hate it. Yeah. But also, like, if you have a garden, like, it takes a while for whatever it takes a long time. And you had a lot of people there for that size garden to produce anything. So it's more of like you might as well just got a flower pot and put it. Like it's not actually going to achieve anything.
Yeah, but I have some of the ones I regret. I also regret some of the all-in-one radio flashlight, like those ones. It has a compass in it. You know those generic kind of ones. It does other things like a back massager, and it's like all that stuff.
Wait, it's a back massager?
I know. It's like 20 in one thing. It could do 20 things.
I didn't see that in your emergency bedside table video. Did you remove that from that video?
The back massager?
The back massager radio?
Yeah. I have some secrets on my prepping stash. We have some back massagers. But...
Is Rip the only one that's authorized to use the back massager radio?
Yeah, Rip could tell you, but he'll take you to the train station afterwards.
That's what he uses to call the train station. Yeah, is the back massager radio.
Yeah. And there's like it's like solar panel that charges your phone, and you can crank it. It has a flashlight. It has like all sorts of other stuff on it. So, and I never used it. And I'm waiting for the apocalypse. But
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why we have half the stuff we have is for the apocalypse, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's a great as far as like using up those used flares, like the smoke and the orange ones, because they're expired, and I need to get I need to go to the marine place and get new ones. And the 4th of July, that's perfect. Why didn't I think of that? That's
look,
when
it comes to these sorts of things, you work on the PDFs, and I'll figure out how to dispose of your explosives.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's a good thing.
Yes.
Which I also have your
I also
PDF.
okay, F your PDF, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife wants that one ASAP.
Yeah, so. Yep, on it.
I also have some like tripwire stuff that has like the shotgun primers and stuff, and I don't know what to do with it. Like I don't. Is that for the 4th too? Do I just set up tripwires that shot?
I mean, you could also maybe for Chaz. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe that just needs to get buried in your backyard. I don't know what that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Tripwires with primers and things. Oh my goodness.
Oops. I'm getting rated.
Yeah.
I'm going to piano lessons.
Oh, okay. I'll be out there.
Drive your car. No. Drive your car to piano lessons.
I'll do that. Sorry, Little Miss Prepper is telling me about piano lessons.
Of course. All right. So it is officially time. When Little Miss Prepper shows up, we must shut it all
She's
down.
like, hey, it's piano lessons time. What are you doing?
Exactly. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. We will be back next week. Not sure if it's going to be Wednesday or Friday. We will check times or something. Hopefully, I'll be doing something on Monday. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll go from there. But anyway, thanks again for joining us. Thanks for sticking with us. And we will see you next week.
See ya.